shamanic drum is an amazing instrument for inner healing, releasing energies, and inducing trance-like states. Welcome to this video in our Sound Baths Explained series, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the shamanic drum. This is an amazing instrument that's been used by our ancestors for thousands of years. It's probably the oldest instrument that we have. The ability to pick up a stick or a bone and hit it off either an animal skin or other bones or bits of wood creates that beat that our ancestors used to great effect for healing, for inducing trances, for connecting to their ancestors and to their gods, and also for a bit of musicality as well. So, what makes a drum a shamanic drum? Well, a shamanic drum is something that induces a hypnotic effect. It creates a space where we can go off into that liminal realm and travel away while we still have our feet anchored here in this realm. We can travel off into other realms for some wonderful journeys. It can quiet the monkey mind, can get our brain, our analytical mind to just quiet and to go into that space of rest, to allow us to hear our inner voice, to allow us to hear messages from our higher self and from the world around us. It's a magical tool. It can also, in those altered states, take us to a point where we can be participating in past lives. We can connect to our ancestors, and we can have visions of sitting in magical places like at the ancestral fireside. It is a wonderful tool, and of course it is a powerful tool also for somatic release, for releasing energies and tension that have been held and stored within our body, and it's a magical way to do that. So what makes a drum a shamanic drum? It is in essence a frame drum. Here we have my frame drum here that I have put some additions on. So essentially a frame drum that is made shamanic by its use. You can create a shamanic drum, you can birth a drum as it's known, where you hold your intention for the creation of this beautiful piece that you're going to have at the end of your journey, knowing that you want it to be used for your shamanic journeying. But also you can take a standard frame drum and you can adorn it with symbols and imagery and also apply your own intention to it to create the shamanic drum. So intentional play is really important. Playing it at a specific rate, which we'll come to in a minute, and playing it in a way that induces the trance, that induces the deep hypnotic state that we're looking for when we're playing a shamanic drum. And this can be induced in yourself as you play it for yourself or for other people. It's one of those rare instruments that as you play it, it can work on you as you play. I know someone who tends to almost fall asleep while they play a shamanic drum on their own. And while someone else is playing it for you, the amount of information that I hear at sound baths from participants afterwards in the talking circle as they say how they were taken off to wonderful magical realms, flying across the ocean, sitting on top of a mountain, running across the moors, or most commonly sitting around the ancestral fire. So there are two different types of drum that you can use that are both frame drums. The first one is the traditional, what our ancestors used, which is to take a wooden frame and to add an animal skin to it. And they are magic. And that when you go and birth a drum, if you go to a drum workshop to create one, that's exactly what you'll be using. This drum is the second option. It's a synthetic drum. So a synthetic skin, and there's a reason that I have this, and that's because of the ceremonies and the work that I do outside, often in places where I can't have a fire. And the reason you need a fire is that animal skin drums will flex. They will get soft and tight depending on how hot or cold they are. The colder they are, the softer the skin, and the warmer they are, the tighter the skin. So you need a fire for an animal skin drum that you can point the skin at and get it to warm up and tighten up. So because of the ceremony and ritual work that I do, it is much more accommodating to have a synthetic drum at hand. And so that's why I have this one. But as you can see, it's adorned partially shamanically. There's other stuff still to be done, which will happen in the days ahead. And the other thing about a shamanic drum is to know that size matters. And that's because of the sound, the reverberation. If you have a little one, it's going to be quite high pitched. And if you have a big one, this is a 22-inch, you're going to get a bassier, heavier beat. Now, the other element, and probably the most important element of a shamanic drum, is the rhythm, the pulse, the beat that you use. And the simple science of it is, you need to be somewhere between 180 and 240 beats per minute. And that will literally induce the trance-like state. So 180 is 3 beats a second. And 4 beats a second is 240. So somewhere between that range is how you will get a shamanic drum beat. And the easiest and most simple way to do this is to count either to 3 or to 4, accenting or highlighting one of those beats. So here I'll do it for you just now, and we'll do a 4 beat, and we'll accent the first. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that is the simplicity of the shamanic drum, a versatile, magical, and otherworldly instrument that takes you to places you need to be. So you can see why the shamanic drum is such an important and integral part of this sound bath experience. It is the instrument that is most commented on in our sound baths, as our clients relate those journeys that I mentioned earlier on of travelling to the fireside of the ancestors and flying across the ocean and so on. And they often say, I wish you'd played that drum a little bit longer for us. And we do try and do that. But it is such a magical tool in the arsenal of the sound bath kit. So thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Please like, comment and share this video. It's really helpful. And watch out for future videos in the series. And if you have your drum, get it out. Have a play. It's easy. Just count to 4. Have a magical day. Speak to you soon. Peace.